Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to doing some yoga. Congratulate yourself, you made it here. So have a seat, and we're going to start by kind of waking up a little bit. So start shaking your arms and shaking your head. Just shake everything out, your fingers, and then let it go. And then bring your hands back down. And notice that pause, that letting go after shaking. And here's another way of kind of getting to know how to let go or soften muscles instead of tensing them is, so start by clenching your fist and maybe clench your biceps and clench your shoulders up to your ears and clench your throat and your jaw and your eyes and just clench it, and then let it go. And then release down. And take a nice big inhale and exhale. And notice what something is simple and easy that can make you become aware of just softening and being gentle with yourself, which is exactly what we want to do in yoga. So let's start with just a little bit of breathing and movement. And inhale your arms up. So reach them way up, okay? And then exhale all the way back down. Just getting your breath involved in it. Inhale up, so you're going in all the way up, and then exhale. When you exhale out, your belly goes back in. And inhale, reach up, way up, and then keep your arms up and really stretch up. And then start by maybe grabbing one side and then another, almost like you're climbing a rope, just starting to feel the sides of the body and warming up just a little. And then bring your arms all the way back down. And again, notice that release. All right, let's start by rolling our shoulders too. So bring your shoulders up, back, down, and around. So you're starting to use the whole shoulder girdle of just rolling around and loosening anything up. Just keep rolling it around. Don't forget to breathe. And then roll in the opposite direction. And just noticing that the tightness and then the softness, right? We'll keep using that theme all the way throughout. And then pause. Okay, so take I'm going to try and mirror your left shoulder, okay? And just bring it forward, okay? And your left hand is on your knee, and then look over your left shoulder. So your right shoulder is back. And then gently move your neck down just a little bit, just feeling a little bit of a twist in that shoulder blade and maybe opening of the neck. And then come on back up. And then bring the other shoulder forward and the other one back and look over the other side and feel the stretch along the neck and the shoulder. And then come on back up. And then take your hands and clasp them behind you. And let's just open up, because we were just moving our shoulders forward. So let's feel that nice opening all across your chest. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale and feeling the lungs really expand. All right, let's continue to get that whole shoulder girdle up. So bring your arms out into a gold post, or what we also call cactus, and reach your arms up, and then bring your shoulder blades all the way back down together. And then inhale up, and then exhale your shoulder blades back down. Inhale up. And exhale and bring the shoulder blades down. So now you're getting the, let's do it again, getting the upper back nice and warm. All the way up. And then all the way back down. And then just release. Notice. Okay, so we're going to make big circles with our body. So lean forward and then lean back, just kind of roll around. Just starting to get the center of the body going a little bit while we're still keeping our shoulders and everything going. Kind of getting that back going. Try not to go too fast. I feel like I'm going a little too fast. Now go in the opposite direction, and obviously don't go too far back that you fall. And just notice things waking up, moving all the way around. One more time, and then come back to stillness. All right, let's come on to our hands and knees. We'll come into a tabletop position. So remember that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, and we'll do a couple of cat-cows. So round your back up to the sky, and then drop your belly down. We're going to get our breath involved with it. So inhale, round your back, and then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, round your back. Exhale down. Let's do one more just to really communicate to the back. And dome your back up. And then drop your belly down. And then come into a neutral spine. And the way that you can kind of detect if you're in a neutral spine is you take your finger and bring it right below your belly button. And if you kind of press on it, you'll feel your belly go in and kind of engage. So it's not so much that you're rounding like a cat, but there's an engagement there of your lower belly. This will also help keep your low back a little safer if you do this. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. So feel that neutral spine, feel the belly going in, okay? Now we're going to kind of do jump rope with our belly. So start by doing a cow. So you're dropping your belly down, and then you're circling around, and it doesn't matter which way you go. You can also kind of, I've heard this mentioned before, where like you're inside of a barrel, and your whole trunk is inside of a barrel, and you're painting all the way around on the inside of the barrel, just warming up, getting the vertebrae going, and then go in the opposite direction, just moving things around, noticing how much you're pressing into one wrist and then the other, just all the different things that go around with movements that we don't necessarily do every day, which really are good for us. Okay, come back into a neutral spine. Okay, now curl your toes under in the back, and then just sit back into a child's pose. And then you may not come too far back, and that's all right, you know, wherever you are. You can also use a block if you want. If this is a little bit too much, you could come up on blocks, you could come up on your fingertips, whatever is working for you today. And so if you can bring your forehead down to the ground, and you can roll your forehead from side to side. Again, we're getting a little bit more of a neck stretch. And we're keeping those toes curled under just for a moment, just starting to get the bottoms of the feet warmed up and the ankles warmed up. Okay, now come back to tabletop, all right? And then walk your knees back a little, and then lower yourself all the way down. Now bring the tops of the feet to the floor. Press your hands into the earth. Okay, we'll come up into a baby cobra. And what you're going to do is keep your hands down by your chest and lift up. So it's like somebody is pulling you back up by your shoulders. And then come on back to tabletop, curl your toes under, sit back into child's pose. Take a breath there, and then come on forward, and again, we'll lower ourselves all the way down, nice and slow if you can, tops of the feet to the floor. See if you can press your baby toenail down, okay? And lift up. Come on back down. Come on back to tabletop, or that knee push-up. Curl your toes and sit back again. One more time. Getting really warmed up in the very tops of our body and the very bottom of our body. Uncurl the toes, bring your shoulders away from your ears, lift up, exhale down. Come on back to that tabletop, curl the toes under, and then we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So start lifting your sit bones up, and your knees are probably going to start bent a little bit, just so you get, just let the transition of your body work into it instead of just jarring yourself, your heels all the way down. Again, we're doing that softened and release type feeling. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Yep, just feeling where you're at. The sit bones are up to the sky. Now, walk your hands back towards your feet. Okay, now you're coming into a forward fold. And while you're down there, to kind of measure how your feet are hip width distance apart, take your fist, put them in between your feet, and that's about hip widths apart. It's a good way of kind of measuring. So you're hanging out there, all right? Your knees are probably bent. I know mine are. Some of you may be able to keep your hands all the way down. Now walk forward again. Walk all the way forward. Okay, we're in a plank. Some of you may want to bring your knees down. I know I'm gonna. And then we're gonna lower ourselves all the way down to the cobra. Tops of the feet to the floor. Lift up. Exhale down. Come on back to downward dog. Nice and slowly. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Okay. Again, walk your hands to your feet. You can hang out there. Really rooting the feet down. Taking a look at the feet. Feeling the lower back really stretch out here. Okay. Again, we're going to walk forward real slow. Getting nice and warmed up here. If you want to try from a plank position, that's okay. Or drop the knees. Lower yourself all the way down. Tops of the feet to the floor. Lift up. Exhale down. And then come on back to downward facing dog. And breathe. So press your index finger and your thumb into the earth. And then feel the energy going all the way from your fingertips, and your backbone, and then down the backs of your legs. Okay, walk your hands all the way back again. Hang out there for just a minute in this forward fold. And now bring your hands to your knees. Inhale halfway up. Okay, that nice flat back, that I should say neutral spine. You can even press it with your finger below your belly button to feel that. Exhale down, bend your knees. Now we're going to stand all the way up. So you're rooting your feet. You're feeling the feet all the way up. Come up, bring your hands into prayer. Bring it through and feel yourself in Tadasana. How do you feel? Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, just to continue to warm up, we're going to warm up our hip flexors before we start getting into more of a vinyasa. If you want to grab onto a chair or a wall or whatever, I want you to really root into your feet. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. Now come up on your toes and back on your heels. Just starting to feel the feet again. We've kind of gotten them warmed up already. And you're going to lift, I'm going to say 1 foot back. So your toes are still on the ground so that you know you got your balance. And you're going to just do small little kickbacks, not too high. Not too high at all. And yes, you're definitely feeling your glute working there. Okay, so we're warming up the glute, but you're getting that hip flexor. You're kind of communicating to it, going, yes, wake up, wake up. And then come on back down and pause. See if you notice a difference. I know I already feel my glute on that side going, so I'll turn to this side. So again, you bring the opposite foot back, find your balance first, and then kind of kick back. Again, warming up a little bit, getting the, obviously work, using all those muscles of the quadriceps and the hamstrings, just getting that, saying, hey, all right, you're going to warm up there, hip flexor. Okay, come on back around. Excuse me. Okay, come to the front of your mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, bend your knees, and you're coming down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Okay, let's take our left foot all the way back. So if you need to just move it nice and gingerly, or if you need a chair to grab onto to do this, whatever you need that's going to be safe, okay? So the right ankle is right under the knee, the right knee, okay? So stay down here for just a moment and just feel this, the different areas of your hip and the left thigh. You kind of want to feel your right thigh moving back just a little bit. Okay, and just hold that nice stretch there. Now we're going to do a twist. If your left hand is not down to the ground, please use a block or a book or something solid. And we're going to do a nice twist. So the right arm is going to go up to the sky. So you're twisting around, making sure your shoulders don't bunch up by your ears. Just hold yourself up there. And then come on back down. Pause for a minute. And by the way, if your left knee is bothering you, you can put padding under, a towel, a blanket, anything. And then slowly come on up. Now we're coming into a nice high-low lunge. Again, keeping that right hip back, reaching up, firing up that belly button. So you're trying to keep that spine neutral, although this is kind of a back bend, okay? And then exhale your hands down. Step back into that plank push-up, knee push-up. Lower yourself all the way down, tops of the feet to the floor. Push those baby toes in. Inhale up. Exhale down. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. However you get there, however it feels right to you. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. So this time let's feel the energy go from the inside of our wrist all the way up to our armpits. And then our ribs, our front ribs, down the front of our legs to our ankles, right? Okay, walk your feet behind your hands. We're going to come into that forward fold again. Bring your hands to your knees and inhale halfway up. So shoulder blades are down your back. Exhale down, bend your knees, stand all the way up. Reach up, reach up, reach up, palms together. Bring them through. Pause, check in with yourself, check in with the heart rate. If it's up, whatever it is, it's okay. And as long as you're not in pain. Okay, other side. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down. Crown of the head is towards the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Okay, now you're going to bring your right foot back. Okay, however it is safely for you. Right knee down. Left knee is over left ankle. Okay, and stay down there for a minute. I know it's like I was getting ready to go up. So this time you want to feel that left hip kind of going back a little bit and feeling the sensations. And by the way, the back toes, I personally just keep them rolled under because I have some plantar fasciata down there. Tops of the feet can be to the floor. Excuse me. And whatever works for you. I personally like to keep it curled under. Okay, so right hand down. Remember, you can use a block. Left hand up to the sky. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay. Rooting down that left hip. Make sure that you're not hurting that right knee. Come on back down. Okay. So now we want to kind of balance out because we're going to come up to that left knee. All right, and hold it there for a moment. Reach your arms up. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Get the whole sides of your body going. And then bring your hands back down. You're going to step back into plank and come into downward facing dog. Curl your toes under. Lift the sit bones up. And let that energy, the energy from the heels that goes up to your sit bones, to your shoulders. And you're not rounding your back, but you're basically, the chest is going towards the thighs in a gentle, gentle way. Okay, walk your feet behind your hands, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Okay, crown of the head forward, sit bones back. Exhale down, bend your knees, and stand all the way up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Bring your hands together through heart center. And pause and release the shoulders. Release down into your feet, feeling grounded. There's four corners that you can feel on both of your feet, like there's a box under there that you're pressing down into. Okay, moving on. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down. Okay, so I'm not rounding my back, but I'm hinging at my hips all the way down. If your knees are still bent, that's okay. Or maybe you're starting to lengthen the backs of the legs out a little bit more. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Okay, step the left foot back and bring it into a 45-degree angle. We're going to come into warrior one. So basically your front foot, you may want to heel toe it out to the right a little bit. Remember, your knee is over your ankle and you're facing the front of your mat. That's why you want to, with women, our hips we're a little wider, so we have to open up our feet. Some of us have to open up our feet a little bit more. And you don't have to have your legs super wide if you're at a slower one. Just make sure you're not way over your knee. Okay, so you're basically facing the front of your mat. It's more of your rib cage is facing the mat. You don't really want to get that left hip around so much, okay, because you might torque it. Reach your arms up. And again, going into the feet, so really feel that you're pressing the back foot, the back of the back foot down, the back of the front foot down, but really engaging the feet while you're also really firing up both legs while you're holding it here. This is definitely a strengthening pose. And if your arms are bothering you, you can certainly bring them down. But it's nice to feel that straight up and down the backs of the tricep. All right, we're going to come into warrior two. So you may want to heel toe that front foot a little bit more and look down and see if the heel is kind of lined up with the back heel or the back arch. And then you're going to turn to the left side of your mat, okay? And again, you can come down as far as you want, just holding yourself there, breathing in, stretching out. Yeah, taking those nice long breaths. You can bring your palms up to the sky, just opening up the chest a little bit more. Bring the palms back down. Now take your back palm to your back thigh and reverse the warrior. So kind of getting a side stretch, but also, although your weight may be going to your back leg, you're still rooting into your front foot. Come on back up to warrior two. Feel the balance, feel the power in the leg. Bring your hands to your hips, and then we're going to just switch sides. So swivel the feet all the way around. You're going to want to adjust a little bit. Again, the hips are a little wired. That left foot is basically out a little bit. You don't want the knee going in or way out. You want that front knee going over the center of your foot, okay? And bring your arms up, feeling that warrior one, stretching up. And you put into it what you want, okay? You can maybe listen to my cues or just feel the stretch. But here's a cue you may want to think about is squeeze your inner thighs together, okay? That might fire up a little bit more power. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, now we're going to come into warrior two on this side. So front foot might heel toe a little bit. Bring yourself out to warrior two. Stretch out. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe looking over your front finger, if that's in your practice today. And bring the back arm down. Reverse the warrior. Okay, come on back up to warrior two. Maybe bring your palms up to the sky for a moment, opening up that chest, feeling it across your chest. Come on back down. Bring your hands to your hips. You can heel toe your feet all the way in and come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, we'll do a real quick tree. So come up on your toes for a minute, just so you get your media, your social media from your feet is going all the way up saying, we're going to have some fun, right? And then bend your knees a little bit. And we're going to start with our left foot. So lift the left knee up. Maybe the left foot is, or the right foot is, needs a little bit of encouragement. So you may need to bring that left toe up and down. Stare at something on the floor that's not moving. That always, always helps. And then bring the knee out to the side. If you want to, you can stay there. You can bring the toe up and down. You can bring the knee to the calf. You can do a kind of a kickstand. Some of you may have it up on your inner thigh, which is fine too. Whatever you do, just don't put it on your knee joint. We don't want to hurt our knee joints. And bring your hands into prayer if you want. And if you want, you can bring your arms up. Whatever you do, just see if you can balance for 1 second. If you balance for 1 second, you've accomplished something. And remember, relax into it. I know it's hard because you're using all these different muscles, your ankles and your feet and everything, but I believe the more you relax and not judge yourself, the better off you'll be in a balanced pose. And then bring your hands into prayer. Your hands on your hips. Maybe bring that knee forward one more time. You can do a can-can kick if you want. And then come on back down. And if you need to shake it out, do that shake thing again, and then release. Because we have another side to do, right? Okay, so root the left foot in. This might look the opposite. And then bring the knee out to the side. Place it wherever you feel appropriate. And you know, trees sway. When the wind blows, it's the way that they get their exercise. So press your hands together if you want. Sometimes this helps with balance. Bring your arms up. Be curious of all the different muscles that need to work to hold you into a balance. Bring your hands back down. Bring your hands to prayer, to your side. Bring your knee forward, maybe do a kick. And come on back down. How do you feel? Good. Come on up to the front of your mat. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down, all the way down. Crown of the head to the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Come on down to tabletop and then come into child's pose. And so maybe bring your toes together. Sit back on your heels. Whatever you want to do, whatever is comfortable to you. Again, you can use a block, you can use your fist, but just relax down a little bit, just so that you just did a lot of great work. So you want to definitely reward your body by giving it a bit of a rest, right? Okay, so walk your hands while you're down in child's pose over to the left or right. It really doesn't matter, but just get a good stretch along the sides. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. And then walk your hands over to the other side. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. And then come on up. And we're going to find ourselves down on our bellies. So take advantage of lowering yourself slowly down so that you can get a little upper body movement a little bit. And can floss those shoulders a little bit, right? Slowly lower yourself all the way down. Okay, tops of the feet are to the floor. Okay, what we're going to do is something a little different. So take your left hand, bring it in front of your face, okay? So you have your leg, your hand bent. Bring your left cheekbone down to the floor. Straighten your right leg, okay? It's almost like a sleeping position, but we're not. Okay, so you're going to lift your collarbone up, that left arm up, and then come on back down, just so you can feel this, okay? And this is a lot. So lift up like you're doing a little cobra and then come on back down. Now you're pressing the pubic bone into the floor. So come on back up and come on back down. Now we're going to add on if you like. So lift up and then lift the right leg up to the sky and then come on back down. So inhale, lift up. Lifting up, using your upper back to lift you up. It's not so much that you're jamming your hand into your jaw, right? Lift up again. And come on back down. And one more time, lift up. And then come on back down. And now bring both hands together and palms down and just relax. And kind of notice if anything, be curious if anything worked there. If you're in any pain, please maybe do windshield wiper or anything with the lower back, okay? So this time, the right arm comes down, the hand palm comes down, and the right cheek goes down, okay? So just start by lifting the collarbone up, okay? Because you'll notice that you're working a little bit more on that right thoracic side. Lifting up, come on back down. Okay, but try and press the toenails down a little bit. See if that helps a little bit. Come on back down. All right, now we're going to bring the left leg up. Left leg up. Come on back down. Inhale up, bring the left leg up. Exhale down. Working that back. Bring it up. Come on back down. And then one more time, come on up. Come on back down. And then stack your palms. Maybe bend your knees and you can windshield wiper. That might have been a lot for some of you, and maybe for some of you, you may want to pause tape and repeat it again, right? Okay. All right, let's come into bow. So let's start by bending our left foot. Take the left hand, reach around and grab it. Now you can come up on your right elbow, you can roll over on your right side, whatever works for you to just stretch out that calf. And then of course we're getting that nice stretch along the front of our left shoulder, getting our chest opening up, but press the foot into the hand. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, bring that back down and let's just gently and slowly switch sides. Okay, opening up and noticing, again, being curious if there was one side that's a little tighter than the other. Gonna breathe into it. Just holding it for one more minute. We did work our legs a little bit there, so especially on those tree poses. And then slowly come down, come back into child's pose. Nice and slowly stretching. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. All right, let's come to a seated position. So we'll bring our legs out a little bit and then bring your fingertips behind you and bring the chest forward, sit up just like we did in bow. So this might be a little, helping a little bit just to open up. And then inhale your arms up and fold forward. And it really doesn't matter how far you go. Just relax into it. We're just kind of counteracting, doing all that lower back work we did, or that upper back, I should say. And just breathe into the relaxation of it. And then slowly come on back up. Okay, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Okay, we'll come into boat. So you can grab on the front of your knees, you can grab behind your knees, you can even put your hands behind you, okay, and lift up, okay? This might be where you're at today, and that's all right. Maybe some of you are grabbing behind your legs. That's all right, but notice how your core is working, right? That's what we want to work. Some of you may just let go. And take a nice big inhale and exhale while you're in it. Keep holding. If you're shaking, like I am, it means you're working. You can come out of it at any time. We're sailing on the ocean on a beautiful day, right? And then come bring your feet down. Hug those knees. Woo! Okay. We're going to gingerly, slowly come down. So this is the one time or a few times I will say that you can round your back. So you want to think about your vertebrae. So you're lowering yourself all the way down and you're using the core, right? We're being really mindful of coming all the way down. All right. Okay. So continuing on with a little bit more of that core work, okay? So let's start with, we have our knees bent, but let's bring our right leg out, okay? And then bring the right leg up in the sky. And then slowly lower it down. Now this might be, and then inhale up, where you're at, okay? Today, just getting that you are working a little bit of the core and the quad, and do it nice and slow. You may want to straighten the left leg out. May help you a little bit. And you might feel a little bit different areas. We kind of did that diagonal with our back, so now we're kind of, if you straighten that left leg out, you'll feel it a little bit more. And then bring it up, and then bring it back down. Pause. Notice sensations. Be curious about it. Okay, the other side. And again, you can bend the opposite leg if that's where you're at. It's just kind of nice to, we're kind of doing we're walking. We're doing a lot walking while we're laying down. And inhale up. Exhale down, and when you bring it down, you're using those muscles to slowly bring it down so that you're engaging the muscles. A couple more, just so we feel it, right? And one more time up, and come on all the way down, and just pause. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Let's bring our knees into our chest. Maybe do a little rock side to side. Okay, bring the soles of the feet back down to the floor and have them a little bit closer to your sit bones, not way far out if you can, but a little bit closer, because we're going to come up into bridge. So grab the sides of your mat. See if you can bring your shoulder blades down a little bit. Press your feet into the floor without lifting up, but just start lifting up a little bit, and notice how all the different muscles, as you're pressing your feet in, if you do it nice and slow, you will get your feet to really use it. All four corners, like I talked about before. So lifting up, maybe bringing your shoulder blades down a little bit. Some of you may have your hands clasped under your sit bones, but really lifting up, making sure you're pressing the big toe in to the floor. That'll help really get the inner thighs working a little bit, because you're obviously working your glutes and everything. Keep holding it up there, opening up a little bit more. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come on all the way back down. Hug your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side. If you want to, you can come into happy baby. So I'll show you how to do it, a half happy baby. So I'm taking my right foot up to the sky. If you can grab the outside of your foot so your knee goes to your armpit, or on the outside of your armpit. Or you can grab your leg, your knee, whatever works for you. You can do one foot at a time. You can do both. Take a nice big inhale. And if you want to, you can just gently rock side to side, just like a happy baby would. Massaging the vertebrae back there. And then when you're ready, bring your feet down to the floor. We'll do one more quick twist. So soles of the feet to the earth, and just windshield wiper side to side. Just loosening up anything else that may have moved differently in you, or you might be releasing a little bit more. So straighten your legs up, out. Bring your hands down by your side. Your palms can be up or down, it doesn't matter. And we're going to do that clenching one more time. So clench everything. So clench your jaw, clench your toes, clench your fists, clench your biceps, clench your glutes, clench your belly, clench your chest, and then release. Let that release. And take a nice big inhale and exhale. And feel that softness that happens when you release. all the muscles. The blood is circulating a little bit more. It's almost like your blood was, by clenching, it was getting stuck in a traffic jam. And then when you let it go, everything in your body was able to just move rhythmically again, smoothly. And see if you can focus on your breath. Or focus on a part of your body. Focus on a part of your body that you know is soft and releasing. Now you can certainly stay here all day. Or if you want, you can start rolling your wrists around, rolling your ankles around, just getting a little bit of movement. Roll around in the other way. And when you're ready, roll over onto your right side and just hang out there a minute. Again, we're doing everything nice and smoothly and softly. And when you're ready, come on up into a seated position, just like we started. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. And see if you have released. Have you released? If you want to, you can join me in prayer. Inhale compassion to yourself, especially because you made it to the mat and you stayed this long. And exhale compassion to the world, because you're going to share it with everyone. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.